So excited to do this. So excited for these recommendations that I'm about to give you guys. Anyways, just ignore this. We had a little, well, we meaning all my personalities, all of us, we had a little like makeup mischief. It's okay, it's fine, just ignore it. Today I am gonna give Marriage in Trouble recommendations. I love this trope. You don't really find a lot of books that have this trope. Like, they kind of are marriage in trouble, but they have cheating. Some of them do have cheating, but it's like cheating and it's a love triangle, which I'm not gonna give recommendations about that. It's like a couple or a throuple, if you can call it that. Can we call it that? You never know. Is it a menage, a polyamorous relationship? Yeah, if I'm saying the wrong terms, forgive me. Yeah, that is it. I don't think I will, but the first book that I'm going to recommend is Frayed is Silk by Ella Fields. Now, I'm not sure where I got this recommendation. I don't know if it was on a Goodreads list or if I heard it from a booktuber. I'm not sure, but it is a standalone. Marriage in Trouble, obviously. It is about Leo and Dahlia, I think. Her name is Dahlia, right? Yes. This couple have been together for a while. I think they were together in college. Like, they started getting involved, getting in a relationship when they were in college. And now Dahlia is a stay-at-home mom. Leo, he gets his job done with whatever he does. Is just really sad and very frustrating at times. I read a lot of frustrating books and I'm all about the angst. I'm all about not knowing what is up. I am all about that, you know. So this one, it starts off with literally the first word, well, the first sentence that you read is like Dahlia saying to Leo, I want a divorce. She is sick and she's tired and she's had enough of him, and I wouldn't say it's his mood swings because it's how he is now. But she thinks, well, she knows, like, it's not the man that I fall in love with. She does not want to be with someone like that. She misses her husband. She feels like she's essentially with a stranger. She doesn't want this. And, you know, she does something to get his attention. Hint, hint, cheating. And, you know, I'm not really mad about that because she did get his attention because he was just not paying attention to her. But we find out what happened to Leo, and I loved it. I loved how we don't really see this in books. Well, I don't really see this in books. It's not something that you're like, oh my god, this is like once in a lifetime. No, it is a topic that's spoken about, but not like this, and not in a marriage. Usually it's like a childhood trauma or something that's happened in their past. But it was just really sad to see how Leo was dealing with it. And I don't know, I just like the dynamic of seeing what he's going through versus how a woman would have gone through it. I was just like kind of thinking about it, like a woman would act like this. If it was Dahlia, she would behave like this. Would it be the same? Would it not be the same? I love this book. I gave it 4 stars, I think. So if this sounds like something you would like, oh, and she's a stay-at-home mom, loved it. I loved how she was like waking up, making breakfast for the kids. I am cooking, I'm gonna clean. She just goes about her day-to-day life, and I just loved seeing that process. I love this writing, honestly. I don't read a lot of books like this, but I enjoy it. I'm someone that loves a routine, and to see her kind of going into her routine and kind of like knowing kind of her footsteps, like, okay, she's gonna go grocery shopping on Wednesday. She always goes grocery shopping on Wednesdays, and she does the laundry on Fridays, and she cooks this and she cooks this. I enjoyed it. I don't know about you, but I'm a routine girl. Even though I don't have routines, but in my head there's a routine, but no one's following it. So yeah, I don't know. But anyways, the next book I'm going to recommend is All You're Perfect by Colleen Hoover. Me and Colleen Hoover, we have broken up, but this is a book that I will still love. I have been reading Colleen Hoover since I was 15 years old. So it has been a 10-year-long relationship, and yeah, it has been good. And this book was amazing. Did I cry? Yes, I did. Just a little bit. Like, I had tears in my eyes, you know, my nose was kind of running, you know. It's fine. Like, I'm a girl. I can, like, it's fine. We're allowed to cry for Colleen Hoover once in a while. But this book is about Quinn and Graham. I think I've spoken about this book. I said it will be my favorite book this year, and I still stand by that. It is a marriage in trouble. I don't care what anyone says, it's a marriage in trouble. Quinn and Graham are just going through a lot of issues, and at the heart of those issues is infertility. Quinn cannot have babies, or there's just, we don't really find out what's really wrong with her. We just know that she can't have children. We don't know if, I don't think we know if it's his fault or her fault. It doesn't really matter. They can't have kids. And we are taken back, it's like dual timelines. We're taken back to when they first meet, which is kind of horrible. I really loved how she played upon how they met in just such unfortunate circumstances. Like, how can a relationship, a good relationship, like a soulmate type of relationship, happen when people meet like this? Is it a backup plan? Is it, what's the word? Is a rebound? Like, what is it? I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was thinking the same things, like, will they make it? Like, what's gonna happen? I love this romance. You know, Graham, at the end, I loved him, but was he annoying? Yes, but like, they were both annoying, you know, and they belong together because they're both annoying, and that's it. I love this book. It was really, really sad, just seeing two people that fell in love so hard despite the circumstance, their first meeting, and now seeing where they are. It's like, is it karma? Was it always meant to be this way? Or are they just gonna like stick beside each other, like, and this is my man and I'm gonna stick beside him? Is it gonna be like that? I don't know. Okay, well, I do know, but you know, because it's a romance, it's happily ever after. But yeah, next book I'm gonna recommend is After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is also a standalone. Most marriage and troubles are standalones. I've noticed that. This book is about Lorrane and Ryan. They have been married for 10 years. I'm looking at my notes, and I'm looking down, I'm looking at my notes. And so it's like such a real life relationship. Like, I'm pretty sure there's people that have done this or have gone through the same things like I have. It's just, when you've been with someone for so long and you've loved them for so long, sometimes it's the little things that they do or they don't do that you just like find these things like, I hate when he does this, or I hate when she does this, and it just becomes this big mess in your mind, and you're like, oh, I don't like that, you know, they didn't leave me peanut butter, and it's because they don't care about me. Yeah, you just build these things up in your mind, and basically this book is about that. Like, these two people fell in love, they had a good relationship, and now it's just all falling apart, and it's petty reasons, but those reasons aren't that petty because they're in it for the long haul, and they do want to be happy, and they're just not happy together anymore. So what they decide to do is have a 1-year separation. Like, even thinking about a 1-year separation with my boyfriend, I'm a freak out. I'm not talking, no communication whatsoever. You don't see them, it's like they don't exist. I'm sorry, I'm gonna faint. I do not want that part of that. Like, I don't know how they were able to do it. I don't know why they decided to have 1 year, but I mean, it makes for a great book. And this book was indeed great. I gave it 4 stars. It's just amazing. I liked it. I really did like it. I loved how it wasn't over the top. I would say it's almost like a Colleen Hoover book, but not really. Colleen Hoover is pretty much over the top, like dramatic writing, like, and Taylor Jenkins Reid is like, it's very simple in her writing. Like, it's very simplistic. It's not lyrical. It's not nothing like that. It's just like a dry wall, you know. Sometimes you just need a dry white wall. You just need to look at that, you know. And I know it sounds bad, right? But it's not that bad. Like, in my head, I'm trying to explain to you that it's simple writing, but it's effective and it's still beautiful. This book was amazing. If you're in a long-term relationship, or if you're not, if you want to see what long-term relationships are about, have at it. You probably won't want to be in a relationship, but it's worth it in the end. It's just going to the end. That's not the fun part. And the next book I'm going to recommend is a historical romance. This is Passions of a Wicked Earl by Lorrane Heath. This book is gonna be one of my favorite historical romances of all time. It is American Trouble. It is the first book in the, I don't know, because I didn't write the series down, I don't know why, but this one is about Claire and Westcliff. I need to look down because it's a story. It is a story. It is like a novel. It is just like, what is going on? What is that? Like, what is that? Like, Miss Lorrane Heath, she knows what she's doing. She really does. On the day of their wedding, Claire and Westcliff's wedding, he finds Claire with his brother, Ainsley, right? That's how you say his name. And he is just so sad. He's so heartbroken by this. But I'm going to tell you what Claire was thinking. So Claire was thinking that she does not want to have this wedding night with Westcliff. She is scared of him. She is really intimidated by him. So she and Ainsley, they kind of have this plan. Well, she tells him, like, I'm really afraid to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm scared of your brother. And Ainsley's like, I think I kind of have a plan. We can do something and it will be effective. She's like, what is it? He's like, just leave your bedroom door open, and I know for a fact that whatever's going to happen, my brother will not want to be around you during that night. And it is effective, but what happens is he throws her out, and they are not together for 3 years. He sends her to another town, to one of his other houses. She lives there by herself. It's so sad. And people are always coming to her and telling her that your husband, we saw your husband with this girl and with this girl and with this lady and that lady and that lady. So she's kind of used to it. But then there's a turning point where her sister is waiting for her season, like she's getting ready for a season, and she thinks that she won't get an eligible like partner or like a good husband because of all the rumors surrounding the Westcliffs. Is it the Westcliffs? I'm not sure what his surname is. So Claire goes back to Westcliff and she tells him, we should try in this marriage, or we should at least pretend to try for my sister. And he's like, so you only came back here because of your sister, not to apologize for what you did? And she's like, she tells him that this is a plan that your brother and I kind of had together, but she doesn't tell him that they didn't do anything. So she thinks that they kind of did something, but she's not owning up to it. It's like a hard mess, and I'm not even telling you like the whole synopsis. Like, this is a synopsis of the book. It is like so much angst. Like 80% into this book, I was like, are these two people gonna make it work? Are they gonna be together? Because they do love each other, and to each side, they have their own points. Like, they are both right. She was really scared of him. She was intimidated. She was a child. She was 17 years old. She was not ready for this. But, you know, during those times, you could get married at 17. You were seen as a person that was eligible or, like, could get married. And to him, he's like, I feel betrayed. You know, it kind of hits his insecurities of not feeling like he's loved, because his mom always favored his brother and everybody always loves Ainsley. I think he also has a book. Everybody loves Ainsley. He's charming, he's beautiful, and I'm just like this big brooding man with a bad personality and just like bad vibes and bad energy, and nobody really likes me. So, and he was always kind of jealous of their relationship, like his brother and Claire's relationship, because they were friends from when they were children. So he's always kind of been jealous of that. But we kind of see a moment where Claire and Westcliff, when they were kids, they kind of have this little, I think it was a day or something, where they kind of have this talk. And for Westcliff, he's like, oh my god, I really want to marry this girl. I am going to make it a point to marry her. She sees me, she knows who I am, and I know she's going to fall in love with me. And to Claire's defense, she's like, I'm still scared of him. I don't know him. She's just like, I don't know who this man is. She's really scared of him. but she also lied to him, and she like broke his heart for 3 years. She didn't tell him anything. She lied to him, and it's just a hot mess. It's a hot mess. It's a beautiful mess. It's angsty. It's filled. Guys, this book is so good. I was like hooked. I was like, this book is amazing. I don't know how else to tell you guys, but I loved this book. And the next book I want to recommend is The Glue by K Webster. This is an MMF romance. This book is about Aiden, Vaughn, and Vale. So it is a marital trouble. Kind of has a little bit of cheating, but I can explain. So this book, Vaughn and Vale are married. They have been married for a while. They're obviously they are suffering from like infertility issues. They're just like in this brink of breaking. They are about to file for divorce. I think actually one of them does file for divorce. They're just having like a tough time, and it's not because they don't love each other, but I think the heroine wanted the hero, her husband, to be with someone who can give him kids. I think that was the purpose. I think that was one of the reasons why she didn't want to be with him. And then we have Aiden. Aiden is this boy. He's in college. He is, I think, 20 or 21. He is bisexual, and I'm not going to tell you how the three of them link together, because when I found out, I was like, ooh, interesting, very interesting. And it has one of my favorite tropes. So if you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I don't know. I don't know. You'll find out in this book if you read it. It's really short. K Webster writes short, good, steamy. I'm talking about a steam station. I'm talking about the type of hotness that is in a sauna. Like, Aiden is kind of plunged into this couple, and they cannot make this work without him. I think at first they think that they can, but they find out that they can't make it without him. He is the glue of the relationship. It's so beautiful. They all have their own relationships. Aiden and Vaughn have the relationship. Aiden and Vale have the relationship. Vaughn and Vale have the relationship. Like, if one person gets taken out of the relationship will crumble. I loved how he wasn't just like a prop, like, oh, you know, he's just gonna help us heal and then he can go bye-bye. No, he was essential. They fell in love with him, both of them, and they both wanted him in the relationship. It was beautiful. The sexy times was sexy. And yeah, I love this book. I think I gave it 4 stars though. 4 stars or 4.25, I'm not sure, but around about there. And the last book I'm going to recommend is Arouse by Nina Lane. This is the first book in the Spiral of Bliss series. I love the series. I read it so long ago. I think I read it in 2016 or 2017. This is a student-teacher romance, marriage and trouble. A little bit on the student-teacher romance, because when they first meet, he is the professor. She's a college student. She works at a coffee shop. I'm like, whoa, I love coffee. Anything that involves coffee, I'm like, whoa, go team. Like, I'm just officially on their team for some reason. This book is just heartbreaking. It is so heartbreaking. It's so good. I would say it's kind of like, no, it's not. Never mind, it's not like that book. It's so beautiful. You have this rich professor. He is kind. He's not really brooding or like cold or anything like that. He's very kind. He kind of helps the hero kind of get over her traumas. It's kind of similar to Dark Note, but they are married obviously, but they've kind of just hit this rut. So Dean, that's his name, he's like asked to go be a professor. I think he's like a professor of like some lame, oh, I don't want to say lame, but it's like, you know, I don't know, something about art, no, about literature, I don't know, something like, it's almost like Dante studies, but it's not Dante studies, it's something like that. And so they're already married, so she decides she's just gonna let him live his life and she's just gonna be his wife. And then she finds out that she needs more in life, and she kind of has to go through this process of finding out who she is again, what are her interests, what does she like to do. She kind of takes up cooking. She, I won't say she's forgotten who she is, but because Dean was the first person she fell in love with and the first good thing in her life, that's all her life is involved in. Like he is the center of her universe. It's just this heartbreaking romance about a marriage in trouble. They obviously do love each other. There's also infertility issues, and it's really sad. I love this romance. I give it 5 stars. I need to continue on with the series though. I don't know why I haven't. I don't know why I do that. We read this first book twice. It's a 5-book series. I think they have 3 books, and the other one is just another couple. I'm not sure who their names are, but yeah. I hope you guys have loved this video. If you have, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. You know, let me know what your favorite marriage and travel book is. I probably have read it, maybe not, probably not. But just let me know down in the comments below. And thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.